No. We only do things on holidays, so we're not gonna no like warm up days,
Okay.
right?
Cool.
So we're just like no practices, no practice dinners, no and we're gonna do it right the first time, right?
Yep.
How about you?
Yeah, I have a pretty good one. I had a steamboat for my reunion dinner. Pretty good. It's my favorite. How do
Okay.
you think about this? How do you like the draft? You missed a big one yesterday, man. The games
Uh,
yesterday was epic, man.
so you're gonna bring it up early. All right. So basically, you cheated on me, and then now you're just gonna rub it in by saying it's like the best game ever.
Yeah, it's the best game ever. That you didn't want to do with me. That was
Well,
the best one.
okay. For the record, I had dinner plans. That's why. So unfortunately, I was not able to join. But I did see part of it, and I didn't get to see the entire thing because I was out for dinner. But I did see some of the highlights, and it looked pretty legit as a game.
Yeah, pretty epic overall. I think, talking about this game, we have Neon, undefeatable so far, 4-0. If they win this game, I think if they win this series, I think they basically secure themselves a invite to major if they haven't already. And for Wise, I think if they lost this, they are basically eliminated from upper division. So pretty
So
big stake for both teams, I think.
okay. Well, that said, I mean, it's a nice setup in the sense of like just how the team, like Vice needs to take this very seriously, right? In that sense. But if we're looking at the draft alone, what are your thoughts on this one?
Um, I think Neon is running something very similar to TNC yesterday, where they have this Morphling +1 combo, and once the combo comes up, it looks really undefeatable. In this case, I'm only seeing one counter coming up from Wise, which is the PL against Morph, but PL is also heavily countered by the LC and the
Yeah.
Puck, so I don't think PL will have very good time to get into the ship to be able to just solo the Morphling 1-1. So I'll say that Neon, they have a pretty good timing and they have really strong heroes against the early game aggression coming out from Wise.
Yeah, and I mean we've casted many games with PL. I mean you see it in DPC as well, but just PL in general just hasn't been that good.
Yeah, it's been pretty overwhelming, underwhelming so far with Zanki.
Oh, Zenki just walks up and he gets a nice 2-man impale, so he's gonna back off here, but he's gonna take a decent amount of damage for that. And when you have the Space Cow and Tusk there, you're gonna do a little bit of damage. The Bash Brothers.
That's that's very true. Oh, mid lane, your Punch versus Bob. I think this lane is slightly favorable to DK, since he has the passive that can heal him up. He can always try to trade hits with your Punch, trying to get him low, force him to buy as much regen as he needs. And then I think DK is gonna play a very big role in this game because like you say, PL haven't been really underwhelming because of this timing of that hero. It's really slow. So Bob's on the DK, he needs to be the one leading his 3-man team to try to make something happen on the map.
It's funny that you say that because I feel like DK is just like a better pusher, and he should just be like kind of somewhat static because he's not as mobile as like the Puck per se, right? So I feel like he's just better just kind of pushing along, and then it kind of you play to your advantage by having a Shaman on your team as well, so that you can you have that ultimate push, but Natsumi getting very low does need to be careful here.
Yeah, definitely. Then definitely need to connect the Shaman and the DK more, especially when both of their ultis are up. I think if they are able to get some early towers into some good tempo control items like the Blink Dagger or Shaman or DK, that would actually help them control the map a lot better.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But John Well here, Natsumi, both level 2, and Ryu and Samuel, on the other hand, still level 1 here. So they're just struggling to kind of just get in the lane. Puck, on the other hand, 11 and 5 in the lane, and he's kind of dominating the DK mid.
Yeah, this lane is a lot on skill base. Whoever has the better skills in terms of maneuvering the CS, on denying range creep and stuff, will have an upper hand on this lane. It seems like your Punch is doing pretty good himself.
Yeah, but Puck is so strong now. I mean, we talked about many times about how this hero is just good no matter any of the lanes, and it's doing a lot of work. But Samuel here getting a little bit, he took a decent amount of damage from the creeps there. But a tactical pause at this point, or they just having internet issues?
Yeah, it's just SPS drop. Yeah, Puck definitely really strong right now. I think as the meta develops, soon, like slowly and surely, teams are going to find out more heroes. They are stronger in the patch. For example, I'm seeing more alchemies right now in pubs. I've seen some even play in professional games as well. For example, the Omega one, Omega Esports, and then Wise Esports, the previous series, I think they were up against Fnatic. They tried Alchemy's Post one, it didn't work out, so maybe they have abandoned the idea already. But the thing is, teams or every teams are starting to find some really good heroes, except for Puck, Ricky, Lycan, the traditional one. So at one point, Puck is gonna get let through in the first phase.
Yeah.
So teams are gonna not ban Puck anymore, and then that's why we are seeing Puck first pick coming out from Neon.
Okay. I mean, it's just so versatile. It's such a good hero there. But Bob here just having struggling, at least maybe because he's losing the lane, he's just like, oh, I'm gonna blame it on lag and just pause it and just DC all the time. What do you think?
I mean, it's a good, at least it's a, I don't know what happened really, but it's a good way for him to reset himself.
Yeah.
And he definitely need that because that Puck has 69 and 15 last hit, which is everything is just ahead of him. And I think that this is actually very DK favorite.
Yeah, so this is what I do. That's my strategy, right? When I'm losing the lane, I'm like, oh, guys, lagging. They got the shackle here on John Well, creative, doing a couple shots, but he's gonna charge forward, but it's so slow. This Space Cow, he's looking a little light and weak at this point.
Yeah, probably haven't been fat. feeling hungry. Nothing much happening so far. Both of everyone just playing really safe on the lane. Because both of them know that their cores need some time to come online. That's why their safe lane have been quite quiet.
Oh, the charge. They're going for Samuel. He's getting a little low. And instead, they look to turn to their target and they change it and they go to Enryu. A couple more shots, 2 more, and they go under tower and they're fine, but they're so low. This is very dangerous for Vice.
Yeah, I wonder if they have sent any sustainable items out. Otherwise, they'll be played in a very low status against the Bara and the Morph, which now they are level 3. They have a lot more killing potential than before.
And I think Devil actually had killed 2 couriers right now, and I think they're, at least the Palos is one. But I mean, he's killing couriers. He's making it, his presence known, so to speak, and he's letting the LC farm, which is going to be great against that PL. But here comes the charge. They go right onto Bob, and they just charge him in. They just want to get the rune, but it's going to be 4 minutes. Yopaj is taking a decent amount of damage. Needs to be careful, and Johnwell is just going to back up here, gets shackled, and he's going to probably need help. Zenki's on his way over. They've got the Hex as well. Bob, and they're just kind of body blocking, right-clicking, do some work, and Johnwell gives up first blood there. And it looks like they're going to have space beef for dinner tonight.
Yeah, really good rotation coming out from the 2 supports from Wise. It just shows like teams are getting really better now at controlling the power rune. So every 4 minutes you see, most of the time that will be where the first play is gonna happen. And this time, yeah, Wise is where they get the first kill, which is really good. Top lane, Scam is still level 1, which is a little bit underwhelming. But as long as LC is having a good time, I think he's fine.
Yeah. And I mean, he's killing couriers and everything, and it looks like a deep charge. He's going for Enryu. He's trying to get a bash, but the TPs are coming, and it looks like Johnwell's going to have to back up here and respect that. And it looks like he's going to try to get that 5-minute rune, and Johnwell does pick that up. But Scam, on the other hand, like, I think you're okay. I mean, as a Tusk here, obviously you want to be 6 at a decent time, but when you're able to create space and kill couriers, I think you're doing okay.
Yeah, most importantly, you know that your LC is having a very good time against Palos on the PL, so this is completely fine. Once Legion Commander hits level 6, the killing potential should be up.
Impale, Playhard just diving real deep, taking a decent amount of damage. Palos is so low, but Playhard really wants this. A couple more tower shots, and Playhard does get that, and he's going to heal here. And they've got tag team, they've got the shards, and they've found the cockroach, and they've locked him in, and they do kill him as well, and Playhard gets a double kill. That was a nice turn of events.
Yeah, just very good showing of personal skill there from both W and PL. LC was constantly cutting trees to prevent himself from getting juked. So really good micro plays coming out from there. But meanwhile, Nasumi also fought at the bottom lane. Not sure what happened there.
Doesn't really matter, right? Doesn't really matter. No, but here comes Dragon Form. Scam is actually going to shards himself, but he's going to back off here. He's going to get locked in there, the Dragon Tail. And here comes Samuel as well, and Bob does secure that kill. Yopaj orbs to the high ground. He's fine for now, but you lost Scam. A little bit of an issue.
Yeah, very good job by Wise. They are just every single power run timing, they are just putting 2 supports to the bin. And oh, Bob!
Oh, charge, silence, but the nice 2-man impale. Zenki's been on point with those. And it looks like Johnwell has TP'd in. Or, sorry, Scam had. And he passes over the bottle to Yopaj. Nice little micro play there.
Very good. Like, it's very important for Neon right now to just stop the level 6 DK from popping Dragon Form and harassing the tower. Because you don't want the mid tower to fall very early on. And real?
Ooh, they're looking to turn this up. They do have him just at level 5, and they want to kill him before. A couple more right clicks. He's been slowed down. Nice greater bash there. He's a little lucky. 17%. It doesn't really matter. He gets the second shot, and he's going to get that kill. Samuel running for his life, trying to dodge it, but the body block is actually going to miss. Space Cow, he charges forward. He gets him a couple more shots, and a nice charge, and that should lock him in, and he does go down with a waveform, and Zenki is here too, but I don't know what he can do at only level 3. Oh, they do get the impale, and so they're going to get John Well. So Zenki does help secure that kill at least.
That's a pretty good turns of event there. They took 2 heroes and then they only have to expand the position 5 space counter, so that's completely acceptable. And most importantly, when all of the supports are moving from their own lane to the mid lane, you know the biggest winner is going to be the one at the side lane. So Natsumi gets 2 kills, and most importantly, play hard on the LC, gets a completely free lane all to himself.
And it looks like they noticed that, and it looks like Natsumi's like, I kind of need the farm, so he's going to do a lane swap as he TP's top. Meaning Playhard is probably going to have to go bottom and kind of deal with his PL and find him. They got the charge on Bob, but he looks like he's going to go Dragon Form. He's going to turn this up. Nice charge, just kind of dividing them. Nice little play there by the supports, and that should end that.
Yeah, all of the supports have been very on point in this game, both from both teams. Like we have seen very good ice shots coming out from Scam, very good impels coming out from Zenki. So seems like they are all very prepared for this series. Bottom side Palos.
They found Paulo, so they're looking to turn this up. They got the duel, and they're going to look to just attack him as fast as possible. But I don't know if they have the damage. The duel is not in time, but they do get the kill. So Playhard is going to get a killing spree on that one. So it looks like they're going to focus on the T1 mid with that space that's created by losing your carry.
Yeah, they desperately have to bring something down while PR has fallen on the bottom lane.
Ooh, nice Dream Coil. It catches on to 2 here. I think it's 3 maybe. They do have the shards. Scam ends up killing the kill on Enryu. Bob is looking to turn this up. He's got Dragon Form, but he's just so tanky. Samuel, on the other hand, is not so much. And Yopaj does get the kill. Paulos TP's in. He's back in time. And they're looking to fight him, but Bob is back into human form. And it looks like they're going to get Yopaj the silence and the orb, but not to the high ground. He misplays that one. Scam trying to save him. Not enough damage. He's getting body blocked by Zenki, and it looks like he's just going to taunt, and he's going to just give up on life there as he just stands still.
Wow, DK just way too tanky right now.
And play hard, and here comes Enryu with the Brewlings, and here we go. They've got him locked in. The heal is not enough, and it looks like they're going to turn this one into a T1 mid. That was just an absolute disaster for Neon.
Wow, that was a roller coaster ride. It looked so well for Neon at the beginning where they get like a 3-man coil, but they just didn't have enough damage there. Neon, Scam was just only level 3, so he couldn't bring in more of the damage from higher level tag team, and unfortunately TK was just way too tanky right now for the puck to be burst down. He has the magic stick, power threats, and also 1 blizzard, and he's already so tanky. Just imagine when he gets more item. He's also going for the early blink dagger as well, which I really like, because he needs to be the tempo controller for his team. He needs to be the one leading the charge for the 3-man unit of his team.
Like, he just completely baited everybody because you just see him so low and you're just like, oh yeah, just a little bit more. But I mean, his health regen is insane. He's just so tanky. Like, I don't think that was actually the right target to go for.
Yeah, but he just looks so low. He just looks so burstable that you just have to press your spells on him. But he doesn't die. Yeah. And then meanwhile, everyone on his team just punching you down. So I guess that's the DK. That's the DK effect, very similar to Team Burst. When you see a Team Burst below 50, you just be like Team Burst, Team Burst, Team Burst, and then you didn't notice that everyone else on his team have been just putting you down.
All right, overwhelming odds, just trying to get at least some of these illusions. But here comes the TP. Natsumi's on the way. They're trying to get him from the backside, but it looks like it's been trapped. They've got this nice little snowball save that's going to go, and they're going to try to go for Zenki. Scam is in the bat spot. Nice little 3-man, overwhelming odds, and the duel. So Neon Esports completely turned that around with 3 kills to nothing.
Oh, this is just a display of fantastic team fight coming from Neon. They got the 3-man coil into Natsumi turning into the Panda into a 3-man collab into the 3-man overwhelming odds. Like, what can you do against this? this is just Neon outplaying Wise Esports in the team fight.
Yeah, just the amount of damage that was. There was like the AoE, they were like grouped up together, just like a really bad spot to be in. And to be honest, Vice, like they need to be kind of riding this, Bob Dragon Knight, train, so to speak.
Yep.
In the sense, let him tank everything, let him be the main guy in the middle, and then you kind of work around that. But seeing as he wasn't even in the fight, it seemed like a really bad fight to take.
Yeah, sometimes when sometimes when some teams they win a couple of team fights, they need to chill down a little bit and really just play to a win condition, because the key of them winning the last team fight was really the DK. And if your DK doesn't have Dragon Form ready, you don't really want to fight. If it doesn't have Blink Dagger ready, you want to wait for it as well.
Yeah.
So they just hand over a very three man kills to Neon. Right now they have to desperately do something to kind of salvage that. So they're smoked up with the dagger on DK, but this DK is all he's still 20-second cooldown to his Elder Dragon form.
And it looks like there's going to be mass reconnections that's going on, at least from Vice, as well as Yopaj here. But, all right, who really needs to step up, I guess? Like, obviously PL is going to be there, but, if we're looking on the Neon side, who's that guy that needs to just kind of control this game?
I think Playhard needs to be the one, since he has gotten a really free lane early on against PL. And if you look at the network, he's still pretty good, sitting at 5.1. Not a big differential against PL, but okay. So with the dagger, he definitely want to get either Blade Mail or the dagger so that he can start putting down some threats or just pressure onto the map with his duel.
Okay. All right. Play hard though. He's only got. I mean, he's gonna be going. Sorry, hang on. I gotta click on him. He's gonna go Blink next. He's gonna get Blade Mail. I think he's on the courier right now. Are you okay with that build order? Blade Mail into Blink.
Yeah, I'm okay. Seeing that they have no nature, frontliners in their team. So Blade Mail, the components give you some armor, some intelligence, which is really good overall. But Playhard seems like he's gonna get caught.
Yeah, the Impale there. They've got the Hex as well. Playhard knew something was up. He was actually just trying to hide. But I mean, Zenki's invis pretty much, and that means invincibility in the sense that like you can just find the guy and just go on him. So, giving all that scouting information, TPs are coming mid, and they just stopped the creep wave here. And Vice Esports are making pretty decent movements and rotations.
Yeah. The conversion rate of their gang are just very high at this point. Seems like every single time they look for a fight, there will be a fight. It's just a matter of fact whether they can turn those fight into their favor or not. And I like the skill becoming from Samuel, where he just maxed out the hacks. I think that longer duration of hacks can really help your team just get down Puck and Morphling, all these very elusive heroes. And that's why Playhard has a even more and higher responsibility. Not only he needs to control tempo, he needs to use the PTA to save his cores from getting burst down as well.
And that's an interesting call that you talk about the maxing of Hex as opposed to the Ether Shock, which tends to be more like the laning favored one. And you kind of saw that it wasn't as strong in the lane because of that. But now he's got more control, so he's a better team fighter. So basically, I'm just saying, pubs beware. These are the types of things that you need to do when you're with a competitive team more than anything else.
Definitely. Like, I remember when I haven't seen this before, I saw like my pubs, some of the Shaman, they just skip Ether Shot at all. They just skip Ether Shot and went for max hacks and also Shackle Shot. And also Shackles. I was like, what? This is a report for sure. Yeah, but like you say, in a competitive game, sometimes you just have to fulfill your role. If you know that your role is to control, is to bring the disable, then you have to execute them.
And I like that, and that's the way teams should be played, right? You should not be looking at more of like just farming yourself and being greedy. And yeah, it kind of sucks in the lane to have a laning partner who doesn't do a whole lot of damage. But if he's going to help you, in that mid game, which is going to be ever so important when the team fights actually start happening, I think it could really just kind of tip the scales in your favor, so to speak.
Definitely.
Zenki's been providing good vision though, but it looks like they're going to back off. He's been charged, so he can't really get away. John Will does get that charge on, and they're going to get the dual damage, and they just blow him up, ensure they get that. And play hard. He's got 20 dual damage at 15 minutes. Is that on pace?
I think you definitely want to have more than that, but I think that's okay, given that your Your Morphling is doing pretty well. He has a 15-minute Lincolns. Your Pot is doing not too bad as well. He has the Veil plus Dagger already. So all these main items are up. The mid-game items are up from Neon's side. So this should be where they should look to make more rotations, make more movement on the map right now, because they have already gotten the items that can allow them to do so.
Okay. All right. Natsumi, on the other hand, he's going to be going E-Blade into Ags, BKB. I like that he's got his whole life, you know, in terms of investments planned out ahead of him. John Well, on the other hand, gets shackled. He just walked up to the high ground. He takes that one, at least that gank there. But, you know, Palos will just kind of be fine in that sense of securing that kill.
Yeah, what you say is true. You know, whenever I click on my chorus and then they have all the items they need to list it down, it feels very secure. It's like they know their stuff. They know what they need at different situation of the game. And Morphling, I'm looking forward to see if he would finish up the E-Blade and then transition to Aghanim's, or would he just stay with a casual Ghost Scepter to prevent PL illusions from bringing him to 0 mana, and then just go to finish up the Aghanim's first? Because you always, like, the Aghanim's timing with the Barrage is always pretty good.
Yeah, and if you're looking at just the E-Blade, I mean, yeah, he can blow up the Shaman, but maybe the Nyx, but everybody else is kind of tanky, so it's not the easiest of things to do. So I think it actually makes more sense to probably go Scepter into Ags, but we'll have to see what Natsumi thinks.
Yeah. The thing is, Igasong is so expensive. Igasong basically... Oh, wait, never mind. Mid lane.
Charge Dream Coil. They're going to go the Snowball into Bob. They're doing a decent amount of work. The wards are going to be committed as well. And here comes the duel. And they do actually have the damage for it. And winner chicken dinner. But he gets cycloned up. And it looks like they're going to get Scam, who gets just killed on the return of this. Play hard, gets hexed. And he gets shackled. Samuel just locking him in. Palos comes in. Yopaj goes deep for this one. He goes for this support. He does end up killing Samuel there. John Well just gets tossed up. He can't even charge on out of that. And it looks like he does ult away. He might get away. Natsumi, though, is looking to just turn this up. John Well's getting a little low. No mana, though. He's getting slowly whittled down by Palos. And here comes the Doppelgangers. And they're all doing some work. And it looks like they're going to back off here. They do need to be careful, as it's a 3-on-3 so far. Lincoln's is popped. Yopaj blinks forward. Gets one right click onto Enryu, but no actual damage.
Well, overall, Neon, they took what they came here for. They had the DK. I'm a little bit surprised of how slow White Esports responded to that, because it was only the Shaman there initially. Nyx wasn't there. Brewmaster wasn't really there as well. That was a very risky target selection though, because that was the DK. If Wise just had one guy to save the DK, it would be everything would be so different. And DK is making his way towards his BKB, which is really important, but seems like he will fall once again to the 4-man rotation of Neon.
I mean, the attack was so clear. Oh, another Dream Coil. Snowball right into Bob, but he's in Dragon form. He's a little tankier than last time. Dragon Tail on play hard, just kind of locking him back into place. Bob is just trying to just weave in out, and he doesn't get shackled or anything, but he's trying to run for his life. The charge is going to be on point, though. Here comes the duel. They do get Samuel, and play hard is going to be winner chicken dinner again. He does get 2-man impaled, though, Scam, and here comes Natsumi. They're going to look to turn this around. The Snowball right onto Enryu is going to be targeted. They do have it. Scam is a little low. Palos is running for his life. He's been earned for now. He does have the Veil as well. He gets silenced. Charged, waveforms, just everything in the kitchen sink being thrown at him, and it looks like it's a 4-versus-1 fight. And Zenki is invis. He's fine for now, and he might get picked off, and he does. And Zenki gets that return kill, but Yopaj is going to be on his tail. Just a little bit of revenge. He blinks to the high ground, charge again, and Zenki will probably fall for that somewhat cheeky kill.
Yeah, this is a classic. Look at the classic C thing. If I see an opportunity to kill you, I don't care if I might die for it. I'll just kill you first, and then I'll think about everything later. Well,
why is that a C thing? Is it like a personal thing? Like somebody is it all about revenge, fight to the death? What's the thought process in C?
I feel like, you know, C players, we just emphasize kill so much more than any other things. If this were to be a China team, China tournament and China team playing it, I don't think the Knicks would have gone for the kill.
Okay, all right. So they've got Natsumi here. He's been shackled. He's losing a lot of mana, though. Impale as well. Johnwell is looking to just kind of save him. But Natsumi with no mana. He's being backed off. Yopaj comes in with a nice Dream Quill. 3-man. He goes right to Samuel. He focuses on him up. And Natsumi, though, is getting a little low. The Bearlings are after him. And it looks like they're going to just try to do a decent amount of damage. He's morphing through this. And that timing is going to be over. That split is going to be done. Bob goes in with a Dragon Form. Dragon Tail right on the play hard. And Yopaj is doing some work. They got the duel, but they got Bob. I don't know if they have the right target. The Tusk, the Walrus Punch, it does do some damage. The shards as well, and they're doing some work. And Enryu with no chance of running away. That's a 4 for nothing. And Neon Esports, man, they are starting to roll.
Yeah, the team fights are just so amazing right now. Like the teamwork between them, how they save each other, how they turn around the fight, how they call for their targets are just amazing. Like initially we say that this is not going to be an easy game for PLs because of how tanky the supports are on Neon side, like Bara, Tusk, LC. None of these heroes are easy targets for a PL to bring down. And when you are putting all the effort onto focusing Morphling, all of these heroes actually does so much damage. So like definitely not a very easy PL game. He needs more item for now, but because of how he committed for the early diffuser, he has the urge of urgency to contribute into the team fight, which.
Oh, Zenki's getting real low. He's just trying to just steal it. He doesn't get it. And he does gonna go down there. And looks like the cockroach is easily killed. Yopaj blinks to the high ground. And they want to get more, but Zenki, man, just trying to go for the steal. And he like impaled everybody, so Roshan wasn't actually killed. So it's like this awkward silence.
Yeah, I think his Vendetta went off just now. Otherwise he could actually just walk into the Roshan pit.
Oh,
Samuel.
Lincoln does need to be careful. The charge is right on him, so they do have a target on his back, so to speak. John Wall goes in, and it looks like they're just trying to set this up for the duel, and they do. And it looks like more duel damage going the way of Play Hard. Man, these guys are on point.
Yeah, just all the small details plays. Morphling gave Park and Lincoln, and then Shaman tried to either shock it to cancel the Lincoln, but he didn't realize that there were 2 Lincolns on the Morph. On the Park, sorry. So just nice little plays there from Neon all over the place.
Okay, so Natsumi here, it does have E-Blade, Lincolns that we talked about. I mean, now his Aegis Dream Coil on Palos. They found him, and the charge is right on him, and they have the real one. He's trying to doppelgang away. He does avoid at least the charge. Overwhelming odds, snowball right in, and they find the right one. Palos is taking some serious damage, and he does go down, and I think he dropped an item. I'm not entirely sure about that. And it looks like Enryu with the Primal Split, he's just trying to use the green one, which is the only one that's going to respawn back, and he's trying to run for his life, and they found him, and the charge again, and Enryu's going to look to go down here, Brewmaster or not, and here's a drink on you, motherfucker. And Scam will secure that one.
Yeah, like this is the beauty about having the part as first pick, because you can just pick so many heroes. You can just first pick part and auto ban so many heroes, or just make a lot of the heroes' life very miserable. In this case, they first pick the Park, and then they pick the Morph. Wise is like, all right, we are, you know, one of the best counter to morphing is probably the PL, but PL is so hard countered by the Park, and it's really showing right now how much Park can be a trouble to the PL.
Like, you know, I mean, in previous patches, like, you'd be like, oh, PL, he'd be like this unkillable machine. You wouldn't even know which one is the real one. He would just dominate the games. And, like, this patch, and part of last patch as well, I have not seen PL do very well at all. So I feel like, you know, just for sympathy's sake, I want to see a good PL, like, and like, get the right items and to just kind of dominate the game as a PL should.
Yeah, honestly, I've watched a good amount of DPC games from Southeast Asia to China. I just don't see many successful PL games. You know, some of the PL they went for Hood to be tanky to farm. Some of them went for Yasha, diffuser play. It just seems like none of them are really strong in a sense that you can actually feel the threatening of the PL. Because so many other heroes, they just have one item, and then they just feel so strong already.
Right. And we're going back to, like, Bob, and I mean, I'm not here to, like, you know, criticize the guy. I mean, the guy was like 5-0 and like 3 at one point or whatever. Now he's 5-3-4. But when you have a huge advantage like that, and this hero does fall off, I feel like you need to be just sticking together and just pushing together with his power peak that you have. And I feel like there was a giant gap in that, you know, that early to mid-range, you know, that basically, okay, hang on. As I say that, the dual damage on Palos, they found him again. Snowball onto Enryu, and they're just using wards, just trying to save what they can, but they only found Scam. That's really not the target, but they don't have Palos and the damage. And Joanwell throws back Bob. They've got Zenki where they want him. They get a kill here. The Brewlings are doing a little bit of work, but Cyclone at least on one. The Yules is on point, Natsumi, and Bob is going to just TP away. Lincoln's been popped onto Scam. He should be fine with that Snowball, and Enryu's not even able to score that kill. And it's a 3-for-0, my gosh.
Yeah, back to the thing you talk about. Wise Esports, if they want to utilize the peak of the DK, they will have to organize some smoke or some push that is surrounding the DK putting dagger timing. But ever since DK got a dagger, they have just been fighting relentlessly. They are fighting here, fighting there, responding to all the initiation coming up from Neon.
Oh, the waveform just doing so much work, and I feel so bad for Samuel because I've been there, but Scam is just so deep. The Linkage is on point, but it doesn't really matter. Yopaj, though, he's going to just orb away. He should be fine. It looks like they went super deep for this, and they thought they were fine, but it's a 2-for-1 so far. But Vice are trying to secure what they can, at least, as they have most of their cores up right now.
Yeah, speaking about this, I just want to bring a story in, which is recently eHome, they have some of the drama, some drama happening in the Chinese scene. It's about eHome, about SEC, like the story about kicking SECC.
Yeah.
SECC himself, he came out to talk about his story. The ex-coach Yao, he came out to talk about his story as well, and then he also inserted some screenshots. But we'll continue about that later.
Yep.
Big fight coming in.
Dreamquill, they kill Zenki, and Ryu's on point. The charge is going to be focused on him. They do have the Spirit Breaker into the duel, and they've got Enryu, and that's going to be another winner for them. And Natsumi gets hexed. The Lincoln's been popped. Samuel's like, okay, I don't have much of a chance. He gets shotgunned here. Palos is going to just TP, just run away, and just basically tell his illusion friends what terrible people from Neon Esports that they are. And Bob is looking to go down as well. The waveform, just everybody on point. 4-for-0. What does Vice Esports do other than cry?
Well, I don't think they have much to do right now. They, LC is a really good hero in shutting down heroes that needs to play around the ultimate. For example, Brewmaster, you just duel him and then you just kill him instantly. He has no chance to use Primacy at all. Same as same as LC against High Hunter heroes like that. It's the same concept. I feel like Playhard has just been eyeing on Brewmaster all the fights to making sure that this fight there won't be any Primal Steep coming from this Panda guy. So back to the story I said just now. Basically, Yao, he inserted a screenshot of what of the content that he told his teammates. So one of it that really caught my eye is that he told his team that they have to recognize what's the difference of good fight and trash fight. So I feel like, back to your point, Wise have been taking too many trash fights for now.
Oh my gosh, they blew up Samuel, they get the duel, Palos is looking to go down as well, instant buybacks are coming, Bob is going to have to BKB just to save alive, and Dragonform is going to be committed. Samuel's back into the fight though, but Natsumi getting a little bit low, he blows him up again, that's a dieback. Natsumi just doing some work, waveform at least to the back end, the wards are there and they're going to do a little bit of damage, overwhelming odds doing a decent amount, Zenki goes down, triple kill going the way of Natsumi, snowball forward, they got Bob exactly where they want him and they kill him as well. Zenki's back, but I think it's all for naught as the shards locks him in. The spikes are going to be on point though. He's going to back off. He's been silenced. Palos is looking to continue to fight. The shards just trying to block him in, but he's going to run away. Yopaj is just hitting from afar. He's got the orb. The doppelgang away. Scam is looking to fight. Palos is looking to go down, and he goes down. That's a dieback for him. And is this GG, especially with that shards? Zenki, the secondary shards there, and it looks like they've got him where they want him. Natsumi getting a little bit low. Doesn't be careful. Enryu is looking to just at least move a little bit forward. He's trying to go for Natsumi, not enough damage, and play hard with another duel victory. And I don't think, yeah, this is pretty much it.
Wow, Neon, they're just having so much fun in the team fight. You can see Natsumi morphing into two different heroes in one fight. You can tell that this guy is having a lot of fun. And both of the chorus, they're having a Beyond Godlike streak. Neon, Yopaj having 13 kills, Natsumi have 11 kills. And even, I think Playhard has like 11 kills as well. So it feels like entire game, Neon, they are really in control. Like what I said just now, Yao, he introduced his teammate this concept that, at least introduced to me, the concept of trash team fight and also good team fight. Sometimes you just have to get yourself away from the trash ones. For example, I feel like YCBR, they have involved themselves in too many trash one where those are the one that Neon initiated on them, which of course Neon have all the advantage. They have the vision advantage, they know who to jump on, and Wise Esports always welcome those fights. They will never back off. But
Okay.
is that really good for them to welcome those fights or not at all? Because then they need to be the one initiating on Neon.
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, just back to the old trash thing, the comment that you made. It just, how do I tell my, what do I do when all my teammates do take nothing but trash fights?
I mean, sometimes maybe you just have to go with the flow since they are all pop players. Even though there's the dilemma like that, even though you know that you're gonna lose the fight, but if you don't go, they'll just mass report you for if you would have just come, we would have win. But
Yes.
the fact is, you would have just still lost. So sometimes maybe we just have to all in with the stupidity. I don't know, man. I'm personally struggling from this too.
All right, okay. So game 1 is in the bag. Let's take a quick little break as we get into the next game, probably after the draft, probably about 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll be right back.
All right, see ya
All
soon.
right, I'll see you in a bit.